Hello, everybody. This is Paul Pona. We are now live. This is our final, or in this case, our final HumanBot launch special, if you will, closing party, if you will. I want to give away a lot more cool prizes today and literally close it together and have a party together with you today. Now, this is going to be sort of like a very fun, interactive webinar. So I'll be answering all your questions and that sort of thing, and also run through the HumanBot application in detail today with you. So now a couple of things real quick while we're doing here. I want to make sure that you understand that today HumanBot is closing. So basically the special deal where we have unlimited accounts and the ability for you, for example, to have unlimited campaigns, unlimited traffic to that HumanBot campaign, and also for that matter, ability to remove the branding and stuff like that is going to be gone today. So that's the link. If you haven't already gotten it, humanbot.io/yes. First things first, do no excuses. You cannot miss this for any reason, because once this is gone, we're going to start charging for credits. We're going to start charging for campaigns. We're going to start charging for additional stuff. Okay. That's the major thing I want to make sure that you understand, because I know I've given you enough notice this whole past few days. Okay. I've given you enough notice to make sure that you get in. If you have not gotten in, this is the time to do so. Okay. Go to humanbot.io/yes. Okay, that's a special link only for this. And once that is gone, what's going to happen is it's going to be closing down. And then when we reopen it again, whenever we do, what's going to happen is you're going to pay more money. You're going to probably pay a recurring subscription, and you're going to have to buy add-ons for removing branding, add-ons for, I'll talk about that in just a bit, add-ons for more campaigns you can build, add-ons for more traffic, add-ons for every little thing you're going to be paying. And that's how we're going to make a profit in the future. You're going to be grandfathered in. All the updates will be for free. There's going to be no upsells, no downsells, no cross sells. There's no version 2.0. You got to pay extra. None of that stuff. Once you get this version 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, all that stuff will be for free as well when you get in right now. This is the final chance. You see this swag right here? Basically, I'm going to be sending some out today as well to some of the winners as well. So I've already given away, I think, close to, I don't even know how many. I lost track after 50 people or something. So there's going to be tons and tons of people that have already given prizes. I'm going to give away more as well today, hopefully. So for those who are here. All right, now a couple of things real quick. I want to add in and answer some key questions that folks have been asking me as I've been doing these live streams and stuff like that. And I want to kind of make sure that we kind of answer them right away. And then I'm going to do some demos as well of the application and all that kind of good stuff. Okay. Now, the quick point I want to make here, and this is quite critical for you folks who are here and that sort of thing, is basically I want to answer this element of what is the HumanBot application and why you should be getting it if you haven't already gotten it, right? So let me share my screen right now. And again, at any point you cannot hear me okay or whatever, you can't hear my voice okay or whatever, let me know in the chat box. I want to make this as interactive as possible, okay? Now, first things first here, as you can see in my screen, what HumanBot really allows you to do is basically allows you to train your own custom data or your own client's data or whatever it might be. And this goes beyond ChatGPT, any of that stuff, and actually performs tasks. So think of it like this, right? Where you can actually have, for example, your own HumanBot, right? An AI human companion can do all the tasks for you, understands more about you, your business, your clients' businesses, and any data you give, whether it's URLs, multiple URLs, or maybe it is PDF documents and all that. But more importantly, it has something called smart context, which I cannot reveal too much, which we invented behind the scenes. What that is basically, even if your data is very tiny, it can do contextual analysis and actually provide information, even if your data is not enough. So for example, in the case of HumanBot, if I say, what is HumanBot? Basically, what does HumanBot do, and all that information in, and then finally, suddenly somebody says, oh, is HumanBot a chatbot? It can find the contextual analysis automatically and say, chatbot, yes, HumanBot is sort of a chatbot, but it goes beyond a chatbot where blah, 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 and it's going to answer that. That is basically a game changer. Nothing like this is out there for any price, okay? Now, a couple of things real quick. You can do customizations, name, email, phone. You get all that information in and customize things for them. This could be for a business like contact us pages and all that. I'll get to that in just a second. Now, there are a few important features that HumanBot has that nowhere else is available for any price, right? Now, main thing is, for example, automatic location detection, right? So automatic location detection means basically you can detect people who are coming in, landing in on a website, blog page, whatever, and automatically say, hey, you're Jorge, right, from, say, Mexico, and then speaks in Spanish, hola Jorge, or whatever it might be, right? So basically that is how it's going to be in that language. It's going to address it with voice and also be able to interact and maybe convert them from a prospect to a customer, convert them into a lead, book an appointment, right? And actually send email sequences to them based upon what what choices they've picked, right? When they came and spoke to the AI human companion, right? That's what is a game changer. It has location detect technology, automatically detects location and interacts with them in their native language, in their own tone, in their own accents, that sort of thing, right? Now, you also have the ability to basically duplicate yourself, where effectively, imagine you're a coach, consultant, author, right? Publisher of any kind. Maybe you're a course creator, right? So if you're a teacher, for example, now, what if you had things you've spoken in the past? What if videos you published in the past, maybe documents you've written, ebooks you've written, all that kind of stuff? You can feed the HumanBot AI, and then effectively the HumanBot, the AI companion, becomes like you. Answer questions based upon your memory, if you will. It's going to create a long-term memory off of your information, and then basically do things across the board based on your data. That's customized, right? Personalized to you. Effectively, you could have a paywall behind the scenes, and you could have people, you can charge people money where it'll read off of your information and basically give back feedback, give back information, give back answers, again, with the power of contextual AI behind the scenes. It finds the context, and then effectively you can duplicate yourself and have, if you're a coach, consultant, author, publisher, perfect for you. If you're even, say, for example, a nutritionist, maybe a physiotherapist, maybe you're one of these folks who has basically a library of information, right? And you can now feed it and you can make it smarter and smarter, right? That is something mind-blowing, right? It's going to be able where you can charge people money. You can literally do all these things you couldn't do before, right? For basically leveraging off of your knowledge. Like if you're an expert in anything, or your client is an expert in anything, effectively you can leverage off of that knowledge base that they already built, right? This also works for customer support, maybe frequently asked questions, maybe sales questions, stuff like that, right? Works perfectly for that, right? Now, I was actually talking to my wife about this recently, and then was trying to tell her this, where if, let's say you have a personal trainer, or you have, let's say, a nutritionist, or you have, let's say, something like that. What if you could basically, instead of paying somebody every single month, tell them, hey, look, put all your information in there, right? And then I'll just pay it right now, and I can ask questions to them, because time is the most limited asset. You only have 8 weeks. Let's say the personal trainer has 8 hours per day. That means now they can only train maybe 8 people in a day. But what if you can create an AI, right? Human companion of that person's information. So maybe now they can have 8,000 clients they can handle, who can ask them questions and get those answers back. You get my point? Nutritionist, same thing. Maybe even somebody is basically, let's say in certain topics like wedding counseling, right? How to save a marriage, for example. Or maybe it is, for example, in solar, right? Like somebody is in the solar industry, how to basically retrofit solar into homes or into corporations or on top of big buildings, stuff like that, right? Or a real estate agent, right? Let's say, for example, they're an expert in a certain type of real estate, right? Let's say self-storage, or maybe it is commercial properties, office buildings, or homes, or rentals. Now that expertise that is in their head, all the information that they have, could be passed on into an AI human companion. That means they can create quizzes, surveys, interactive learning for students as well. Just, again, unheard of, right? And we thought through all this stuff, right? And I'll get to that. We've even gone a step further where it can actually think on its own and actually perform tasks on its own based off of triggers and things like that. I'll get to that in just a second, where basically people say some questions, you don't even need the AI to answer it. You can set preset answers to those triggers, right? And that way AI will not hallucinate. That's a big problem with ChatGPT. If it doesn't know the answer, it just makes it up, right? Well, you can avoid that by putting keyword triggers that nothing else, where the answers will always be specific to those keywords, right? So that way there's no hallucination problem and all that. And then the big part here, this is the big, huge one. You don't need to put any OpenAI API key. You don't have to do any of that mumbo jumbo stuff where you have to pay for the usage. You don't have to do, for example, where you're basically publishing all this content, right? You're training our AI system with all this data, right? You don't have to pay for that data, for example, right? We will do all that stuff behind the scenes. We integrate with multiple systems behind the scenes. So like OpenAI, we also integrate with Google Bard. We also integrate with things like Anthropic, Claude, all of them have their own benefits. Okay, not one is better than the other depending on the use cases and industries, right? Say, for example, Google does really well for present day information, for example. Anthropic Claude, for example, does really well for long-term memory for certain cases where the information is very broad. So we used all of that behind the scenes. You don't have to pay a single penny. I'm going to pay out of my pocket, which is what makes this lifetime deal for unlimited access, where unlimited campaigns, unlimited traffic, and removing our own branding and all that kind of stuff. Super crazy, right? Like, we're probably going to lose money on this deal right out of the gate, especially for those folks who are starting to use it with my training and stuff like that, right? So this alone is worth tens of thousands of dollars for the right person who understands it. This is the reason why I do training, to explain why this is so powerful, right? Now, you can create unlimited campaigns on unlimited websites. Okay, now here's the thing. It works with ClickFunnels, Kajabi, a membership site builder like Kajabi. It works for WordPress. It works for e-commerce sites like Shopify and other platforms out there. We've tested with every single platform out there, and it's fully compatible. In fact, we went a step further. We even made it compatible with mobile devices. Okay, so imagine Android, like say iOS and stuff like that. We've gone in, and in fact, we've actually had beta testers just like you folks tested in different devices to make sure that it works in all those devices as well. So when somebody comes into the website and they can now interact with the human companion, AI human companion, basically, and discuss topics, questions, gets responses back, book appointments, it's basically like a staff, right? Or even in that case, I'll go a step further then, and I'll say it's an actual Jarvis from Iron Man style AI robot that can actually understand about you, your business and everything, and not just understand, but perform tasks. That means effectively, if you ever wanted a customer support staff to be in there and work 24/7, 365 days a week, you have that. And of course, at any point, somebody says certain queries, like I want to speak to a real human, I want to speak live chat, you can transfer over to live chat, and we have that capability too. You can have live chat option as well, and unlimited agents. So that option is always available. And that way you have both availabilities. And this is the thing, right? For most businesses, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. is what most people work Monday to Friday. But what about 6 p.m. to, again, maybe 8 a.m. in the morning? That's a huge 18-hour or so, right? Almost 16 hours or so blackout period for a business. They don't have anybody checking out their support, their live chat, nobody checking out their emails, nobody's checking out their appointment booking system, right? And that is a huge bottleneck that you can solve for your business, but for other businesses as well. Imagine if I went to a business and said, look, 16 hours a day, you have your own sales staff, customer support agent, and on top of that, you have your own appointment booking receptionist, and on top of that, you have an actual person who's smart and can actually learn off of your business and give right answers, right? You get my point, all right? So it's, as I said, it's compatible with all devices and web browsers. We tested in every single one of them. We've done extensive testing. It works across, and it's fully responsive too. And I'll show you an example of that as we go along, right? And it's also compatible with other applications of ours like HumanPal, HumanTalk, and other applications. Because we are working towards an ecosystem as we go along. What I mean by an ecosystem is, and you can let me know in the chat box if you've seen this right now, right? One of the big problems is that I've noticed, and you probably noticed, is you buy a product, and then after that, it becomes redundant after like 3-4 months, and you cannot use it anymore. And then now you feel like you wasted money on that. And then by the time you want to use it, it's useless because the technology industry has gone up substantially, right? So to prevent that, to make sure that when you're putting your money into something, it's actually worth it long term, we're going to have an ecosystem, and we started the first stage of it today with the integration with HumanPal, HumanTalk, and HumanBot. Meaning all these applications, when you buy them, right, they interact with each other and they don't overlap with each other. Okay, that's a very important point. So HumanPal will be the video creation aspect of it. HumanTalk will be the audio books and also text generation and stuff like that. And now you got HumanBot, which will be the bot, which will be basically a living, breathing organism, if you will, AI, which can answer questions and book appointments and stuff. It goes beyond text, beyond video, right? You get my point. So they all will be integrated with each other and they'll never overlap. And that's our goal. So, and this is the biggest thing. So that way, when you buy something, even 5 years down the line, you can use it with pride, joy, and all that kind of stuff, right? And I'll answer some questions. I'm seeing them in chat box. I'll get to that in just a second as well with you. right? Now, we've tested the compatibility with every single website builder platform. Again, I could put like a million logos here, but the point is it works with all of them. It even works behind the paywall, right? Like you have a membership site and you want to create a HumanBot AI companion to work behind, let's say, for example, a paywall, and then you trained it off of, like, let's say, your course material, your books, and all that stuff. It can do that. You can have on the front end or the landing page, so to speak, right? When somebody comes in, they didn't buy anything yet, you could have a HumanBot trained off of, let's say, for example, customer support questions, sales questions, and stuff like that. So you have flexibility. You can have one in the contact us page, which is specifically trained on appointment booking, maybe, or phone booking, or call booking, or whatever it might be. You get my point, Zoom booking, or whatever it might be. So the point is, you can have in one website 3 different HumanBots, for example, or 4, whatever, having specific purposes trained off specific different information. That's what I was trying to say. Unlimited websites and unlimited campaigns, that gives you that flexibility to train different ones with different data, and different data performs differently for different use cases, all right? And so, of course, you got 30-day no % money back guarantee with HumanBot, so you're good to go at any point in time. And all your campaigns are stored in the award-winning enterprise grade Amazon and Google cloud service. We use both for redundancies. If Amazon goes down, you have Google as a backup, for example, and vice versa. So that way, basically, when you have these up, they can handle Black Friday traffic, which crashes your website, or Mother's Day traffic, Father's Day traffic, whatever specials, right? Depending on which industry you're in. Say if you're in the weight loss, health, fitness industry, January is a crazy month, right? So it can handle all that. You don't have to worry about it. And of course, this is the biggest thing. The deal that we're running right now, again, once it closes down forever, does not have any upsells, okay? Does not have any upsells, no downsells, no cross sells, any of that mumbo jumbo stuff. You see, people always ask me, right? What is the true cost of something? I would say the true cost of something is if they are actually saying this is the main $49 or whatever, but then you got to buy all these other things. And also that's the money you got to pay more, but also the time you have to spend, right? That's the bigger cost. Like if you value your time at, say, $50 an hour, let's say, and you're wasting 8 hours or 6 hours going through all the upsells and also researching if it's worth it for you, all that, that time could be utilized in making money for your business, right? And expanding your business, learning the application and mastering it, coming to my training and watching my tutorials and understanding things, and having no confusion in your head, oh, which one is good, which one's not good, before you even started using the application, which is silly, right? So I want to avoid that for our loyal customers like yourself and completely eliminate that. So basically, you don't have to do any of that stuff. You actually buy it straight out of the gate with no upsells, no downsells, any of that mumbo jumbo stuff right out of the gate, right? Now, again, as I said, today we're going to be closing down the unlimited license plan. That means effectively this plan, right, which we were actually, to be honest, a lot of people ask us, Paul, I'm your loyal customer right now, can you give me a discount and stuff like that? We were planning on selling this for our loyal customers at $297. We've done that in the past with the other project, Human Talk, for example, right? I wanted to give you a straight, almost $100 off, straight out of the gate at $199. You get it at the lowest possible price, no upsells, no downsells, all the updates included. So you can get the very best deal ever. Now, what's going to happen here is we also have another option here for $77, which is like a payment plan split pay option spread over 3 months, meaning you put in $77 today and 30 days later, it's another $77 and so forth until it is total of $231. That's another option if you want to do. Both these options come with the unlimited license I was trying to tell you, which removes the branding and also comes with unlimited campaigns, unlimited traffic and all that. Now, what happens after today, once we close down, right, is basically what's going to happen is this plan right here that you see is going to be gone with the way it is. So that means what's going to happen? We are going to go into an add-on based system, like a credits and add-ons based system. People don't like it, but that's the deal, right? If you miss out, you got to go in and pay for it. And there will be people who'll pay for it. I'll tell you why there are going to be people who'll pay for it. If you're an agency, you're a consultant, and you want to remove the powered by HumanBot branding on our AI HumanBots, the thing is that becomes a critical thing for you as an agency or consultant. If we charge more money for that, considering there's no other alternative to HumanBot in the world right now, and there'll never be because we use some really high-end technologies behind the scenes, what's going to happen is an agency or consultant will buy that separately. Once they start getting a client or two, it becomes a necessity. They'll pay extra money for that. Similarly, we're going to start charging people for traffic. Like for every 10,000 visitors, people will have to buy add-ons for visitors. So that means if somebody has a successful website or successful client, and as soon as it reaches about 10,000 visitors or so, they're going to have to buy because they got results with HumanBot, right? Similarly, you're going to start charging for some of these critical features for enterprise customers and stuff like that. You don't have to. Like, for example, we have live chat right now that we are giving you, where at any point, right, you can convert a normal chat into a live chat, or a real live agent or multiple agents can handle live chat. So it replaces intercom and Zendesk live chat and all the other stuff out there. This right here alone is important for enterprise clients or medium-sized businesses who already have a live chat system, right? So they're going to be very reluctant to switch it over to HumanBot. So they'll say, if you give me a live chat, I'm in, right? So this one too will charge an add-on later on as well for others. You don't have to pay for it. You're grandfathered in. All the updates are included, okay? So this is going to be removed tonight, okay? I just want to be clear. Again, don't tell me that I didn't warn you about this, okay? Now, this is all going to culminate, again, with the $199 option. You can obviously use the PayPal credit option. So if you're in the United States, US, or the UK, what you could do is there is an option basically called PayPal credit, where if you log in to your PayPal account in the checkout page with the $199 option, because it has to be about $99 or more, so $100 plus, you can, for US, it's 6 full months, no payments, no interest, and the UK, it's 4 months, no payments, no interest. So when you're logging into your PayPal account, it's going to show an option like this. It's going to say your PayPal balance or credit card or whatever, and then the PayPal credit in these two areas, right? Definitely try it out. This is there for your convenience to try it out, so that by that 4 months in the UK, 6 months in the US, should be making a profit off of this. One campaign, one client, one website is going to more than pay for itself, right? Now, a couple of things before I do couple of demos and answer some questions about this is that I'm giving away 6 weeks of step-by-step HumanBot success training that's coming up next week. On the clock. You can join in if you haven't already. And if you're going to miss it live, you can also watch the replay afterwards, okay? The goal of this one is precisely to answer the questions in the chat box right now that I'm seeing, which is, will it work for affiliate marketing? Will it work, for example, for my, I'm a teacher, coach, consultant, right? Educator, right? Will it work for me? I'll talk about 1 week specifically on how to train your own AI human companion, if you will, with your own data for that particular business type. If it's affiliate marketing, I'll teach you how to be a successful affiliate marketer, because I'm the #1 affiliate marketer in the world in many verticals and industries. And I've been that way for many years now. It's not something I just became. So I have some strategies that I can teach you how to do that, right? Because every business model is different. Say, for example, if you want to now go into a client too as an agency, let's say that somebody is a course creator, somebody is maybe an e-commerce business, somebody maybe is, for example, in any industry of your choice, like service-based businesses, or let's say, for example, product-based businesses and stuff, right? Imagine, right? You could now go then approach them, right? And tell them, look, I can have your own AI human companion that will think like you, that will respond like you, and actually replace you in many cases, and actually off of your mind, right? Your intelligence can be passed on into an AI human, right? And actually perform tasks, not like ChatGPT sending responses in text, which has not much value outside of a short use case, but actually perform tasks like generating leads, closing deals, giving discount coupons, giving some information that is pertaining to that business to close somebody to buy, right? This is basically, just think about it in your own life, right? Like if you've ever met a chiropractor, you've ever met a dentist, if you've ever met, say, for example, a nutritionist, a physiotherapist, or maybe even, say, for example, a fitness trainer, wouldn't you agree with me that those people trade hours for dollars right now? You can now tell them and say, look, I'm going to, for free, as a free trial for 7 days, I'm going to train an AI human companion with your knowledge, whatever is in here, and with anything you've ever spoken, anything you've ever written, and everything you ever have information on, your knowledge base, right? And now you can create, basically, you can duplicate yourself. So that way, somebody who cannot afford your hourly consulting or your hourly coaching or whatever, now they can pay a small fee. Let's say it's $5 a month, $10 a month, or something like that, and they can interact with you, right? That way you don't have to trade hours for dollars. That AI is going to be 24/7, 365 days a year doing all the actual work for you. You see my point? So I'm going to be training on that in these 6 weeks training specifically and stuff like this, use cases and stuff like that. Because as I said, I'm the #1 copywriter in many industries, #1 affiliate marketer in industries. I'm one of the few people in this industry from the very beginning, started from scratch with nothing, and I'm well over $100 million in sales for the last decade plus. I've done this, right? And I've done it in such a way where I've done it starting with zero and coming all the way up, meaning as one person, I built something big. And so I can impart upon this information to you. And that's the great part about this training, so that you can learn and you can grow along with me. You can work together and build some campaigns together live. It's going to be awesome, right? Now, you can also get our HumanBot voice chat. This is implemented already. Our beta testers are testing this. It's awesome. It's going to be like a Siri kind of system. Let's say you have a phone, right? Like you say, this is a phone that you have. So now you can go into your phone like so, and then you can chat, right? You can actually speak, or any device, right? Even computer, and you can speak. Hey, can you give me the answer to this? Can you book me an appointment for this? Somebody can actually do that in their mobile phone or even on a website, and it's going to be two-way voice communication, right? Our human bots can respond back intelligently, and you can respond in with voice. Okay, this is going to be rolled out to our customers in the next few days. We already are beta testing this feature. We're just doing some tests in different languages. I'm going to give it to you for free. How this works is it transcribes things behind the scenes, so you're going to get that transcriptions and all that stuff sorted for you. Okay, so now the beauty of this is, by the way, I will pay for all the costs of the transcriptions, everything. You don't have to pay a single penny for it. So in other words, when you're speaking, your customers are speaking, website visitors are speaking, it's going to automatically transcribe so the AI human companion, human bot can understand, and then it's going to speak it back. Cool. So that's the other cool part. Now, we're also going to get our emotional voices are already in the application. So you have emotional voices like happy, sad, and all that kind of stuff, so that you're, depending on what your use case is, you can actually have your AI human bot speak that, right, in that tonality and stuff like that, so that your brand on that brand is met. Like, say for example, recently we were talking about a fitness trainer, right? There's high energy, right? A fitness trainer is very high energy business. So you could have an emotion that is very high energy, and excited, confident tone, like me sort of, and then you could have that being spoken that way. So this is already in the application, by the way, when you're picking the voices, and this is a real time, by the way, okay, talking and all that stuff. So when you ask question, automatically responses in 1 second. And of course, for those who have our flagship application, the other one, HumanPal. So those of you already purchased HumanPal, and those who get HumanBot today in that link, HumanBot.io/yes, what we're doing is the next generation avatars with hand movements and the emotions and stuff like that, which no other application in the platform in the world today has. None of them have these with full body and all that. These will be added in to the small test group today, because we're closing this down, right? We only want a small test group of people, and that's why I'm only doing this in our live streams. I'm not announcing this in any of our landing pages or anywhere else, because I want a small group of people, because the servers to do this stuff is very expensive. I'll show you what those are in just a second, but you're going to get those included in as well as a special bonus. Again, you're going to get that immediately. Other people may have to wait months for it, because these servers, this NVIDIA high-end, whatever, AI, artificial intelligence servers are super expensive, but I don't care. It's going to cost me a lot of money, but I want to just give it to you because I want to also test it to see, how you folks use it and stuff like that. So this is going to be for a select group of people who are live. I cannot handle too many, because there's a server shortage. Elon Musk recently purchased 10,000 artificial intelligence servers. Mark Zuckerberg purchased 15,000. So everybody's purchasing a lot of them, and there's a big backlog of 8 months right now. I could only get 2 of them right now, and I need to pay 20,000 a month for each, so 40,000 almost. And so that's why it's too expensive. And even if I could pay the money, I cannot get enough of them. So you're going to get access to those high-end servers to make sure this works. And of course, you're also going to get our pre-trained industry-specific bots. So I'm going to give you a form, and you can do that right now, actually, by the way. The bonuses are instant access. I'll show you where you can access them in just a second. Here in that form, you fill in, look, I'm a coach, I'm a teacher, I'm an author, I am an agency or consultant. Can you build me a specific campaign that I can reuse? Like I can clone it, and then I can reuse it, that is specific for my industry. These are the things my goals are. Like, goal number 1 is book appointments. Goal number 2 is do this. Goal number 3 is send an email automatically upon thing. Or goal number 4 is maybe send an email with a discount coupon automatically by the AI, right? So you tell us, and I have a full-time person who's going to be sitting there every day and setting up these campaigns for you based on the demand, right? Obviously, we have about 90 or so campaigns right now pre-selected, pre-done for you that you can use. If you want more, I don't know what use cases you have, so it's not about me, it's about you. So we'll add them in as well. Okay, now a couple of things real quick. I know I'm going pretty fast paced here. I kind of wanted to show you this. Okay, so here is how like you have your human bot showing up, like what you see on my screen right now, right? So what I wanted to kind of show you is you see to the, as you can see here, the top, as you can be anybody, right? We have multiple choice. Here, this is for a dental clinic option, right? And I'll show you how she's speaking back and real time and all that. We used next generation AI technology, which is basically where the minute I type something in or speak something in, automatically she's going to respond back with perfect lip sync, with intelligence, and with that long-term memory I was trying to tell you, which is basically she's read that. In this case, in the dentist clinic, she's read the contact us information. She's read basically what services are offered. She's read, for example, what is unique about this? Is it a cosmetic dentistry, or is it a dental surgeon? Do they provide services like root canal and stuff, or do they only provide services which are cosmetic, like teeth whitening, stuff like that, right? You know what I mean? Veneers, right? And she's going to be smart. In the case of a real estate agent, similar, right? Is it a leasing agent? Is it, say, for example, somebody who's doing only mostly renting of stuff, or somebody who's selling homes or apartments, or is it somebody who's doing commercial properties, office spaces? She's going to learn and basically become smarter and smarter and be specific, focused, and customized to that industry and that brand. Does that make sense? Powerful, right? So let me just show you in real time, because I know some of you might have missed it, and I'm going to give you this quick overview of this so you can see it. And of course, while you're posting questions, I'm going to answer it. And again, as I said, I'm going to give you some swag like this, hats, and have shirts, t-shirts, and stuff like that as well. I'm going to give that away hopefully today. This is our last live stream, so any last pressing questions before you get in, make sure you do so, because if you miss, right, if you miss that link, okay, and you come back later, you're going to be regretting it, because we have a plan already. We have it implemented already. So when we reopen it again, I don't know when we're going to do it. We're going to give it a break. When we reopen it again, everybody will have to buy the add-ons, and they will buy it. I know people will say, I'm not going to do that. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. Well, you're going to do it, because if an application is going to generate you more leads, more sales, and more revenue at the end of the day, right? And it actually moves the needle, like it performs the task for you, replaces real life appointment booking people, real-time customer support people, real-time receptionists, virtual workers, all these people in real time performing those tasks. Businesses will pay you money for it, and I'm giving it to you for one-time payment for lifetime access for it, right? And you can do that here at HumanBot.io/yes. Now, and when I say lifetime access, I get it. People are going to be like, well, what if it goes away in a year? Just want you to understand, okay? We've been in this business for 15 years. I've been doing this since 15 years now. I know I kind of look young. I've been doing it since I've been literally, since I've been 17 years old or something like that, right? So basically, I've been in the space for so long now. And in that time frame, in the last 9 years, okay, so I've done desktop applications, which were like these old school Windows applications 10, 12, 13 years ago. And in the last 8 years, we've been doing these SaaS applications. What are SaaS applications in a nutshell? Well, these are basically where you basically have a software as a service, a cloud-based, so they're behind the scenes, are running on Amazon or Google Cloud Service or Microsoft Cloud Service, right? In the last 8 years, not a single application of ours, which are these SaaS applications, has ever gone down. Let me repeat that again. Not a single one. In reality, there have been businesses that raised hundreds of millions of dollars in venture capital, and they went out of business completely. They said they shut down and they're gone. There are businesses which ran in some popular platforms out there with a lot of hype and hoopla. After a year, they're gone, or they've basically restricted access, or they removed some features and they made your life hell. I've never done that. And that's a track record nobody has. And that's why I put my face behind what I back up here, because you need to understand that in our Facebook group, you have 43,000 people or so in our group. People know who to complain to if there's a problem. People know that I'm actually checking it. People know that there's a person behind the project, right? So that means there's a reputation of mine that's on the line here, right? I don't take that lightly. And there have been instances where I offered some features, like that example of speech to text, right? Where you can speak it. Every minute of that speech that's transcribed over for our AI human bot, for you, it's nothing. Like you're thinking it's Siri, okay, I'll just speak something on my phone and then it'll respond back. Every minute of it costs me money. It costs me like $1 or sometimes 80 cents, depending on what language it is. And I'm paying that without any fear, because I know the reputation, and also on top of that, the value I bring to you is based on the results that you get. Then, of course, you're going to give back a big way by buying stuff from us in the past. Most of you already have purchased some stuff from us in the past, so you know that, right? And so even if I lose some money here and there, just so you understand, I'm in other industries, and people pay me $100,000 or more for consulting with them, right? Some projects I work on, I don't even touch them unless I get $100,000 And on top of that, I need to get an equity stake in that project to work with businesses, minimum. Okay. And the reason why I do that is because there's so many people contacting me to work with them, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is not to brag. The reason why I'm telling you that is there are other income streams that I have that even if this project doesn't make me a profit because I gave you such a great sweetheart deal here, it doesn't matter. I have other income sources that can make up for this at the end of the day. So the value will always be there. That is a commitment nobody in this industry can provide. In fact, I don't know a single person. I wish I knew at least one person. I don't know a single person, right? I tried to find somebody, I couldn't. The reason why is that we have an internal team of people who work full time on us. We have an internal development team, okay? A lot of times what happens is people work with somebody they met, and then that person moves on into their life after 6 months or whatever, and then they say it's not my fault, it's this person's fault, that person's fault. My point is, my team is full time. They've been working with me for many, many, many years now. And therefore, at the end of the day, there's a trust built there, right? So that's going to last for a long time. So now let me just kind of zoom in and show you a couple of points here for those who want to see in real time how this works. Then I'll walk you through some campaigns and answer some questions. Okay. Again, if you haven't already, go to humanbot.io/yes. If you joined just now or in the next last couple of minutes, I'll do an overview right now by going and sharing my screen as well. Okay. So you understand the true power of this, right? Because it's one thing for me to talk that and explain the true power of something, and the other is to show it to you in real life, right? Now, a couple of things I want to mention here. While I do that, though, I'm seeing your questions too. I'll answer them as we go along. And of course, as I said, today is the final day. If you miss out today, you're done. Okay, there's no exceptions. You're not going to get in where this lifetime unlimited access is going to be gone. We're going to start charging people for as add-ons for little features, and we know how to charge and who to charge and what, and I know people will pay for it. I just don't want to have a confusion to our valued customers like yourself. When you get in something, here there's nothing extra to buy, no upsells, no downsells, right? You're good to go, right? We're not going to ask you for a single penny. In fact, even in my 6 weeks training I mentioned, I'm not going to sell you a single thing there. Okay, it's 100% free content. My gift to you, because the goal here is to give you as much value, sure, but more importantly, to drag you to the finish line if that's what it takes for me to get there, right? All right, so a couple of people are asking me, show me a demo of this so I can see how the lip sync is. I want to see how the quality of the voice is. I want to also see basically some use cases and stuff. Let me show you that right now, and I'll answer your questions too along the way. All right.
From 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. every day of the week, including statutory holidays.
Where did she get all this information from? Well, I just gave this the contact us page and other website information here. As you can see, did you see that, right? So she, some of you folks couldn't see it clearly. So I'll just kind of show this part, which is basically, in this case, I have an emergency dental clinic. And in that dental clinic, you see that, right? In that dental clinic, the hours, which are very rare, right? It's not very common. They have 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. So I've just given this contact URL to the AI human companion. She understood it. She understood the context that it's an emergency dental clinic. And actually, when somebody says, what are your hours of operation, can answer that question right again. Let me show this to you again. It's going to look like I'm kind of redoing it, but you really have to understand it because this applies for every business out there.
A dentist would be able to help you with teeth whitening and ensure that your gums are not damaged during the process. In fact, it is always recommended to consult with a dentist before undergoing any teeth whitening treatment.
The next cool feature is that we have document training, as you can see here. So I've added in, for the same dental clinic here, their PDF document about their frequently asked questions and that sort of thing, and also the URL here where it shows what services they offer, hours of operation, and that sort of thing. And all I have to do is, once I've done that, this will actually train from this data and make the AI personal assistant actually understand the business better and perform real tasks and also answer questions pertinent to the business. So for example, if I type in hours of operation, so basically what are your hours of operation, and then check this out.
The hours of operation are from 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. every day of the week, including statutory holidays.
Where did she get all this information from? Well, I just gave this the contact us page and other website information here. As you can see, gave a phone number and the hours of operation. So as you can see here, it's 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. Monday to Sunday, as it's an emergency dental clinic that is there specifically for emergencies. So it learns from this data and not just contact us. It can go beyond that as well. Let me give you an example. As you can see here, there's tons of templates here. For example, launching an application, appointment booking, conference registration, customer acquisition, customer support, getting people on a mailing list, offering coupon codes. All these can intelligently do off of any data source, off of any documents, knowledge bases, and all that, but also smart. So it'll go beyond just the documentation as well. So it can actually answer real facts because using generative AI to do the intelligent answering. And it only gets smarter and smarter with time. Example, let's say we want to do restaurant table reservations, right? Just click on that, load that in, and then you go into any of the campaigns here, like what you see here. You see this? It does all the actual flow for you for the table bookings and all that. You can even add actions here. Now let me show you a real life campaign. So I created a campaign called Outdoor Store Discount Coupon and an Outdoor Store Discount Coupon with email. So the workflow for this one, how this works is that somebody comes in to a website of an outdoor or camping gear kind of store like what I'm going to show you in just a second. And then they enter their email asking for a coupon. We capture their email lead and then we send them an email with the coupon. Now, when this is captured, it can also be sent into an autoresponder or let's say a CRM system or whatever it might be, MailChimp, or it could be any autoresponder system you're using. It could be Salesforce, it could be anything, HubSpot, whatever you want to use, right? And so let me show you a live demonstration of how a campaign like this one would work. All right, so in this example, let me put my name in here.
Glad you are here, Paul. Can I offer you a special discount coupon for all online purchases? Great! We'd also like to email you some bonuses and updates. What is your email address?
All right, so let me just put in my email address. I'll just put in some demo one right now.
Thanks, Paul. Please check your inbox. We sent you an email with the coupon code, bonuses, and updates to your support at HumanBot.io. The code is outdoor if you want to use it right. Happy adventuring!
Now let's say that email came through. All right, so let me log into the email account right now and then let's see if it came in. And by the way, you can do it for all kinds of cool things. You can do it for appointment booking, calendars, anything you can imagine, and it will do that automatically. Next, we have automatic location detection technology where you can reach global audiences just from the location that they're reaching out your website or your HumanBot from. So for example, somebody from Mexico. Now, the cool thing with this one, I'm going to show you a real life demo of this so you folks can see this. And you can play around with this in our main website too, by the way, folks. Again, the great part about this, and I want to kind of explain this to you because some people were asking me about this one and I kind of want to show it to you in real time, okay? So check this out. So the idea is, and I want to kind of show you this. Let's play this here. All right, excellent. So you have a HumanBot here, right? Like her. So you see how, or anybody, right? I mean, we have a lot of options right here and we put it in like in HumanBot's own website here. So I kind of wanted to show you this element here, okay? So you see this little flag here. So people can actually translate automatically in that language just by toggling through that particular chat. That is a manual thing, of course, I understand. However, what we did is behind the scenes, you can even put an option. This is what that language detect and country detect and location detect technology is. So here, automatically, if somebody's from Mexico or somebody's from, let's say, Spain or whatever, it's going to change this and it's going to make it into Spanish. Does that make sense? So meaning she is speaking in that language. So in this case, she's going to speak in Spanish, okay? And then here, that the language is going to be in Spanish too. So let me actually show you that so you can see it. So just like you see how we have the language here, right? Espanol is Spanish. So now she's speaking in Spanish and all the text, everything is in Spanish. Now, here's the key caveat here. Very, very important caveat. The thing is, I've trained this data on only English. So that means behind the scenes, the training automatically translated my documents and my knowledge base and other information that I've given it automatically. And now it's actually responding back in Spanish. Okay. Now you can do it two ways. You can either force it so that you feed the information and all that in that native language. That can be done. Like you want to give, let's say you want to create a native Spanish website. You're only serving the Spanish audience, let's say in Latin America or Spain or whatever, or Germany for that matter, doesn't matter. Then you feed it that language information. Okay, that could be knowledge base or whatever. That is also very powerful, because if you think about it, right, like you can do that too natively. So meaning you can have everything native, because sometimes I get it, translation, it's going to be 99% accurate, but not 100%. There might be accents, nuances, slang words. There's certain things for different regions, right? So you can basically have control over that. Okay, that's very, very powerful when it comes to that location auto detecting I was trying to tell you. Right now, again, similarly, what I was trying to explain to you is this would work in regardless of what language, what industry you're in, and all that. But beyond that too, the other cool thing, and I'm gonna show you that example, you can make it work in any industry of your choice as well. So that means it can understand the context, it can understand the idea behind that industry and stuff like that too. Very, very powerful, right? And the other thing, as I mentioned, is like if you want to use the payment plan option in the checkout page, you can use it too. Just $77 spread over a few months. So you can try that too if that 100 option is you cannot get it today. Okay. Now, again, I just want you to understand the goal here was simplicity and ease of use over anything else. Let me show you some examples. Okay, again, let me zoom into my screen and show you some real life case studies of how you can do it in different industries. And I'll go in depth on this, okay? Because I know one of the big questions people were having, asking me as well, and I'm seeing your question. When I'm looking at this way, I just so you know, I'm looking at your questions, right? So you can basically you can do it in different industries. So let me show you those industries right now. Let me zoom my screen here a little bit, and then you can play around with this here. Oh, real time, right? So again, just so you understand, because it is personalized and custom across the board for any business, you have multiple choices at your disposal as well. So here's an example of a design studio, right? So we created a HumanBot campaign for a design studio, like an architect firm and stuff like that. And what I wanted you to pay close attention to here, right, in this example, you see how she's literally asking specifically, right? You see this architecture services, and you come to the right place and all that stuff, and she's speaking and all that. But the beauty is, all you have to do, so you see all these pages here, you can actually give it multiple URLs to say about a services offered, pricing, and all that information. And then basically any questions people have, whether it's customer support related questions, sales related questions, or even somebody wants to book an appointment or give a phone call, it can actually do all those answers in real time. Not only giving it in specific, like in male, female, and all that, that's all great, but in actually speaking it as well. Okay. And the beauty here is that because of the fact that it's real time, people will actually engage, right? Normally people come to a website and then they leave, right? They come and they're like, it sounds cool, I'm done, and they bounce out, right? Here, you don't have to worry about any of that mumbo jumbo stuff. Isn't that cool? Like you can now think of it, right? Like if it is an architect firm that you're working with, or you're working with, say for example, multiple architecture firms, right? You can now create one with that particular custom data for that business, because you can create unlimited campaigns. Remember I told you, unlimited campaigns with HumanBot. You can not only create unlimited campaigns, you can also have the campaigns work on unlimited websites as well. Okay, that's another key point. So that way you can now put it up in multiple. Here's another example of a hospital site as an example. So it's a cardiology clinic. So I could do it for a cardiology clinic, I could do it for whatever. And the beauty is, right, you can actually show them a demo without even having access to their website. Because one of the biggest problems people have is like, okay, I want to show this business owner, if you're an agency or consultant and that sort of thing, hey, I don't own this website just yet. Like I cannot embed it in this website because I don't have access to it just yet. You can actually do it without even having an access to it by creating live demos. Okay, so how this works, okay, and I'll show you this right now so it gives you some idea, right? Is that you can go into the application and you can type in, right, the URL of the website. Okay, so in one of the steps you have this where it's, I'm going to show you this right here. Let me zoom this in so you can see it here on this step. Okay, you see this URL to show, so you can paste the website, right? So whatever website might be, so whatever website, you can just type in here and automatically it's going to create a preview, right? It's going to create a preview with generic names like what you see here, right? It's not going to link back to HumanBot at all, right? Because as I said, there's no upsells, no downsells, any of that mumbo jumbo stuff for you folks on the webinar. Other folks will have to pay later on because I want to give back to you in a big way. So if somebody types in the URL, automatically you can show a demo to them ahead of time so they can see it, play around with it, and get blown away before you even get access to it to embed and all that kind of other stuff. Okay. Once they give you access though, you can embed the campaign. So let me show you how that would work. Okay. So let's say that campaign is finished, like we created the campaign. You go into the campaigns tab. Okay. And basically, once you're in the campaigns tab, right, it basically will allow you to do it like this. So you see, for example, once it's done, you can preview it, which you can show it to the client, or you can get the code and you can paste that code into your website. And again, this is generic. It never links back to our platform at all. So you can link it that way as well. So you can embed it. You have two options. You can preview it, so you can show a live preview to the clients, or you can embed it as well. Again, both options, again, both are extremely powerful, right? So that must be giving you some ideas, right? As you can see here. So now the cool thing is that it works across different industries and different verticals, like what I was showing you earlier, right? Now, the other thing, okay, and I want to mention here is because of the fact that it works in every industry out there, and because of the fact that it actually has quantifiable tracking, analytics, and results, right? So because appointment bookings and email sending and automated tasks that is doing behind the scenes, right? And also, by the way, we integrate with platforms like Zapier and stuff like that. If that is something that you want to do, where it allows some other integrations with some other obscure platforms and stuff like that, if that's something that you want to do or your clients want to do, right? For example, that's also available. So we have deep integration with platforms like Zapier, so that you can do all cool integrations with clients, projects, and stuff like that. That's optional, but we do have that. Okay, you can use the free Zapier account to be able to do it as well. That's up to you. Now, again, this is, for example, a construction website. As you can see here, again, everything is specific to every business. So construction, anything, imagine, right? You can imagine. And also, as I said, because of the fact that it can learn on its own, every time it converses with people, right, the human bot, it gets smarter and smarter. Every single day, it's getting smarter and smarter because the more information it has, more context it has, it lives and breathes, and so to speak, right? And becomes even more intelligent as time goes on. So that is another huge benefit, right? So that way you can literally reach people, and you can actually correct mistakes that might have been made or answers that were not available, right, on the fly. So for example, if somebody comes in and they ask a question that was not fed by you for data trained by you, right, automatically it'll figure it out. And then basically you can either go in and manually give that data, or it's automatically going to figure out, okay, I didn't know this answer. Let me go back to the information that was given to me and link things together behind the scenes. You understand what I'm saying? It's almost like a sentient robot that thinks on its own and improves itself on a step-by-step basis, right? Here's another example. This is a doctor's office here, which does different types of tests, and there's different departments. This is a hospital with different treatment plans and stuff. So you get my idea, right? This is a dermatologist business, for example. You can use it as well. So there's so many examples. I can keep going on and on. Like travel agencies can do it. You can do it for restaurant sites. Here's an example of a restaurant business, for example, right? Check this out. And again, in the case of a restaurant, what happens? What do you want? Table bookings, right? So in the case of restaurants, you can do table bookings as well. The case of travel agency, people want to book flights, they want to check pricing, they want to get the best pricing. Well, you can do that right out of the gate. And again, it is specific to that business, okay? So that means, let's say that travel agency is a luxury travel agency. It will actually provide, well, it's going to train on luxury information, what people like to travel, people with luxury. That's when, if you want to do, let's say, budget travel agency, then it's going to train on budget travel agency and that sort of thing, right? Because it's smart, okay? And it only gets smarter and smarter with time. So it must be giving you a ton of ideas here, right? So now, that being said, so let's go into the key aspect here, okay? When we talk about task automation is something that I wanted to kind of cover here real quick so that you get some ideas, right? So when you create a campaign, right, you have analytics here, obviously, right? But the other cool thing that you could do is you can, let me edit. You can edit a campaign, you can clone a campaign and all that. But let me show you this. This is a campaign I just created a few hours ago. So let's click on edit. So you can go back and change, and it's retroactively going to change. So for example, I didn't like James Formal. I want to go back and change this to James Casual. I click this, and the campaign, once I save it, will automatically switch to James Casual. You understand what I'm saying? So that means that it'll switch around people, and that's another great benefit you have, because then it's real time. You don't have to go in and update things and create another campaign, get permission on embedding, or even in your own website, changing things. And every time you add a new document, the voices that you change, everything will be in real time. It'll be updated in real time. Say, for example, you go here, and you wanted to add anything, like you wanted to change anything, like a campaign here and stuff like that, automatically it's going to get updated in real time on the page. You see the page like this, it'll automatically get updated. Does that make sense? So that means new information that came in, you want to feed it tonight, tomorrow, day after, whatever. It's automatically retroactively going to get updated as you add more information, as it gets smarter and all that kind of good stuff. So you can come back here next day, a week later, a month later, add another URL, add another file, and click create campaign. It's going to save. Basically, it's going to save the same campaign, and it's going to get smarter as well if that's something you want to do. But on its own, it can actually become smarter too with the more information that it has, basically. All right. Now, the great part about this whole setup, right, is that every single project, every single document that you upload here, right, the idea is that these are all stored on Amazon and Google Cloud. So that means that basically means, like I mentioned before, every single project of yours ain't going to go down, right? It's going to be on the cloud servers and stuff like that. So let me answer a couple of questions here that while I was demoing stuff, my team just sent that over to me, right? So John was saying this is beyond what I thought when I purchased it. That's exactly what I was telling to John, right? We have tutorials. Like if you go into the tutorial section, you see that little tutorials tab on the top into my screen right now. Let me actually show you that. So in the top, you see this tutorial section here. Like if you go in here, this tutorial section, obviously it's going to show you how to use the application, some features and stuff like that. The thing though, is that what I'm explaining to you and what my 6 weeks of workshops, that's for free. That's never going to be any pitching there, nothing extra to buy or anything like that. It's going to be 100% for free. I don't do it like other people do. They upsell you stuff or whatever. Anyway, the point is that you go into the tutorial, it's going to show you how to use the application. That 6 weeks training, I'm going to show you the use cases of it in different industries, right? Like a perfect example would be, for example, the question that came in was I just started late, like somebody was saying, right? Like I joined in late. What do you mean by this? This was a question in our Facebook when we're running live here in our Facebook group. Please explain more details. What do you mean by training this bot based on my own doc? Are the training done on a doc in my local computer? How does it work? See, this is the reason why you want to come in our live streams, how to walk you through a campaign. But let's say, for example, you want to learn it, right? Like it's so easy. I'll do it over the shoulder like what I'm doing right now. So what you can do is what's happening here is like you have this information here, right? Like you have this document training. This could be a doc, this could be a PDF, this could be even a website URL. If you have other types, like different formats you want to do, you can do it too. You can let us know, we can include them in, but 99% of them are one of these, right? Doc or PDF or URLs and stuff like that. So the thing is that when you give this information, right? So let's look at it in the perspective of, let's say, a product or service. When you give this information, it automatically learns from this. Like in the case of HumanBot, what I did is pre-launch stuff, like there were questions answered, like the question you're asking me right now, right? The answer I'm giving you in my speaking, and I also have the frequently asked questions. I've fed it that information here. So next time when somebody comes to HumanBot, its main website, like here, and they ask the same question you've asked me, she's going to be able to answer that. Okay, let me put it back into English now. But anyway, she's going to be able to answer that in that language. Does that make sense? And also she's going to be able to smartly answer based upon this information here. Does that make sense? Super powerful, right? This is what I mean by document training. And this is what I mean by having it work for you in your favor, in your behalf, basically. Okay. Now, this is basically where not only did we do this, and this, if we did this alone, it was good enough, right? But there's one issue. And this is the thing that I kind of wanted to explain to you. There is something in AI, even ChatGPT and all these other platforms have it, and we solved it, which is what makes HumanBot so powerful. And I know it's going to be our best-selling product in the future because of that fact. Once we add in add-ons and everything, people will pay for it. The reason why I'll tell you that is what happens is when let's assume people ask us a question. Let's say the question, right? The question is basically something that is not in this data set, right? Like the information we've fed it. Now, normally what happens is ChatGPT will make it up, right? It's going to make it up, or people will say basically hallucinate, right? It's going to make up answers, right? And the problem with that one also is that that could be one aspect of it. But the problem is, what if you wanted to not do that? Like then you can say only train it with my document training. It's still a problem because it'll be 20, 30% of the questions, which is going to be like, how does this relate to X industry, or how does it relate to Y use case or whatever. You didn't put it in the documentation, right? So what we did is we introduced something called smart context, where automatically over time, let's say a few days or a couple of days, whatever, after people ask questions for users, it's going to get smarter and smarter with time because it understood the context, and then it's going to put one and one together and be able to answer questions instead of making it up or hallucinating it like ChatGPT does. It's a game changer. That means effectively, you don't have to feed it like 10,000 pages, which is useless information, confuse the bot, human AI more. You just have to give it specific information and frequently asked questions, or it could be, specifics of how you do things, basic stuff. And then it'll on its own be able to connect the dots together when people ask questions. In the case of HumanBot, right? What we did is like the smart context, right? Every time somebody asks, how is this different from ChatGPT, or how is this different from the video creator, or how is this from some other application, right? You can understand the context and be able to link together, okay, and answer accordingly. That's what I mean by smart context. Now, the other question that came in, and I wanted to answer that question is, can I make it trigger? So meaning, so for example, if there's a question, I do not want the AI to answer it. I want the answer to be specific to it. This could be, let's say, in cases like money back guarantee, time frame. Maybe it is, for example, I want to speak to, let's say it's a doctor's office or a dentist office, or let's say something like that. There are 10 people in that. They're like, I only want to book an appointment with, let's say, for example, Bob Smith, right? Who is the main person I want to book an appointment, or this massage therapist I want to book with only Jenny or whatever, right? So what you can do is you can go back, and this could work for other use cases too, but you could go back here, and at any point in time, right? Like you can go into the flow here like this, and you can click on this like at any point. And what you can do is at any point in time, you can go in and you can put this keyword based triggers. Okay, you see this right here, this option right here, which says keywords. So you can say every time somebody types in, let's say this question, right? Keyword is Bob Smith, let's say, right? Then you can give a response saying Bob Smith is only available Mondays to Wednesdays or something. Or you can say, for example, if the question is, let's say it's an e-commerce website and it's selling, let's say earrings or jewelry, right? Somebody says, do you sell shoes? Every time somebody asks the question shoes or something, or rings or whatever it might be, you can respond specific triggers so that you have that customization too, by the way, right? And the other cool thing is you can also, by the way, create the interactive flow by putting your own videos like this. You can put a URL link for people to order and check out. And also, by the way, you can basically have people record something and it's going to automatically answer that question we are recording. Or you can put pictures, photos, questions, yes or no, multiple choice questions. You can add surveys, exit surveys, and stuff like that. At any point you want to make it go through live chat, you can make it go through a live chat agent or AI smart agent. So for example, sometimes, right, in some languages, they might say for example, let's say something like live human, okay, or real human. I want to speak to a real human, right? At that point, you can create a flow. Oh, certainly. And then pass on and put a live chat sequence. So meaning it moves over to a live agent, right? You have flexibility like that in this application, unlike anything else. So you have the flexibility, ease of use, and the complexity as well, however complex you want to make it, right? Which means that you have the advanced features as well included, makes the flow as powerful as possible, right? You see this, how you can generate it, you can set it up, you can decide, you can dictate how advanced it goes and stuff like that. Does that make sense? And again, the other thing I was trying to mention here is that if you click on this ready made here, we have our own product launch pages for certain applications that we made sales on. You can reuse appointment booking and all this stuff. And if you don't cover something, and you can base off of this for many of your industries, right? Let's say, for example, you want to do table booking, but then you want to link it to some table booking platform. You can have integration set up and be able to do that, okay? We have a tutorial on that, how to do that. Now, let's say, for example, you want to do it where you want to, it's conference registration, but it's virtual conference, it's not a physical conference. You can customize this here, right? And if something is not here, you want to request it, that's the bonus I gave you. You can request to our team. If enough people want it, we will then put that in as a priority in our roadmap. Okay, I'm announcing our roadmap in our live training sessions, so that I can walk you through how to use the roadmap features, how do you launch it and stuff like that, how do you put a feature in and stuff like that. Okay, so hope that answered your question here. Okay, now another thing as well, which I wanted to explain here, which is basically pretty powerful questions that I'm seeing here. Okay, which is basically again, I'm here for you to understand that when we close this down, you see that link that is out there that is closing down, humanbot.io/yes, right? This is a special link. We're closing this down here. Make sure you understand that once we close down, you try to get back in, you're not going to get the unlimited campaigns, nor are you going to get the ability to remove the branding option and some of the other things. Like one of the questions that came in, I saw was, can we use a blackout mode? Yes, you check this blackout mode option here. It can use a blackout mode. So what does that mean exactly? Well, what that effectively means is, in simpler terms, right? It means that if you can force it where it's going to take over the screen, your human bot, and people will have to navigate through it. It's good for affiliate marketers or somebody who need that lead generated before they move on to another page, right? So it's almost like a product locking or like a web page locking mechanism. You can put that too. You can do that as well. And then there's also other options like attention grabbing animation. You see this? You can put some animations that will grab attention when people land on the page. We did some little toggle, super easy checkbox stuff, right? And then you can move right, left, and whatever you want to move in the page. But I also wanted to show you the branding part, right? So you see this, how it says powered by branding. So later on, as I said, you can have the option to customize. You can put custom here, and you can name it a human companion .ai or whatever. You can make your own company name here, and then you can say, or you can say powered by your name, human companion or whatever. I'm just making up some name here, and then you can put a URL here. So that means every time somebody clicks on a powered by, it goes to your URL wherever you want it to go to, and this could be your service page. You're offering this as a service to businesses. It doesn't link back to HumanBot, right? This alone, this feature is a must-have for agencies or consultants. We will be starting to charge money on this one separately alone because they'll have to pay for it, right? So you don't have to pay for it. You get access to it. So you get the option to toggle with it. Other people, this will be grayed out. They have to buy this to get this stuff, right? This ability. Small thing, but it's a big thing for us because when somebody puts powered by here, like what Intercom does and other platforms do, live chat platforms, they make more money, right? Because of the residual traffic. We are giving you the option to remove it, which is a pretty big deal, just so you understand, right? Because we're going to lose money doing it. But I want to give you the flexibility because if you're an agency or consultant, this is a must-have, right? Similarly, you can put call to action buttons. You can also, there's another option here, as I said, this instant site where you can go to a client. You see these, right? These domains, they have no linkages to HumanBot. It's a generic domains. And then the point is that you can just put a URL of that business. And before you even do any integration behind the scenes, without any FTP and any of that stuff, you can show a demo of how this will appear on their website. So behind the scenes, you just give it a website URL. So you can say, let's say nycdentist or whatever.com, right? Or whatever it might be, whatever business it might be. It will automatically take that website and then it will put that on there as a preview to show that business how it will look like. Perfect, again, for agencies and consultants and stuff where you want to show it in real time. They say, there's a saying, right? Show me, don't tell me. So this is another cool thing you can do. And in some cases, you might need to even want to use a screenshot option where this is a very clunky website. There's a lot of moving pieces. It's like a login page or whatever they have. You can use a screenshot in that case, even if you cannot log in and go to the back end dashboard. You can show a preview as well. It's a pretty cool feature. We thought through all this stuff. That's what I'm trying to explain. It's not like where it's going to come in a year's time. It's going to come in the version 2.0. All this stuff is already there. What we are adding in is based on your request, some stuff which will probably be only at that extra 1% that will make it up. But right now, as it is, you can go in and get access right away. People are asking me the bonuses you were mentioning earlier, Paul, like where do I get access to that? Go to home. Check this out. You go to the homepage of HumanBot, right? And then when you log in, below my welcome video, you see this get HumanBot bonuses. That's where you get access to right away. You get instant access to the bonuses I mentioned. So you can click on this and you can get rolling on that. And also we do something which nobody else does. again, this is only right now. Once we close down, we're going to start charging people more money because enterprises and medium-sized businesses will pay for it. We also offer a welcome phone call if you want us to just walk through some things. And also, of course, we can also assist you there as well to troubleshoot things. 99% of you don't need it, but those of you who might need to have a real person talk to you rather than hide behind a support desk, that's very useful thing for you folks. Okay, just wanted to mention here that we go out of our way to provide you the very best customer support in the industry and also the very best options for you to get in and get started. Okay, is that cool? So I want you to understand we stand behind our products for this reason, right? You need a product is not as only the technology, but the longevity of it, the people behind it, the customer support you get behind it, the updates you're going to get, the roadmap and other things as well make a product, right? That way you're confident enough to use it long term, right? So that's what we did. Okay, now another question as well that I want to answer while we're here. Jim is saying it's awesome. That's great. Now, agency, how do I set it up for a client? Good question, DD Media. So this is how it works, okay? So let me go to a campaign here. Like I'll just go to one of the campaigns here. Just put Paul campaign, whatever. I'll just go here. All right, excellent. All right, so how it works is you can set it up. You can go to any client of yours and you can set it up and you can even embed it into a page for free, like 7-day free trial or 14-day free trial or whatever. And then say, look, let my AI human companion or AI human bot or whatever actually get you leads, appointments and stuff like that. Let me prove to you. If it does, then you can pay me basically based on, you can start charging. We got success charging $500 setup, right? Set the whole thing up. And then if they want any modifications and additional training and stuff, we charge an hourly fee on top, right? Whatever you decide. It's 10 hours of your time, $30 an hour, $50 an hour, $500 more, right? Get my point. We do that. Now, if the client does not pay after that 7 days, 14 days, whatever, right? You just click on this little toggle here. You see that green, the blue toggle, you disable it without you having to touch the code in their backend. You don't have to do anything. It'll automatically disable itself. Okay. Similarly, anything you change, you have an edit button here. If any changes you make, automatically will retroactively change on that website. So in other words, let's say, for example, I go in and I make an edit to this campaign here and I change to anybody here, right? Automatically on the website, this will get updated without you having to meddle with the code or anything like that. Once it's up, you can disable it, you can enable it and all that kind of stuff. Does that make sense? So you have that choice right out of the gate. Again, because it's cloud, everything is done behind the scenes. All the customization is done for you right out of the gate. Okay, super powerful, right? Now, the other thing as well that I wanted to kind of do here is that if you liked this type of over-the-shoulder training that I'm doing for you, you love our 6 weeks workshop that I'm doing for you folks to help you get up to speed with things on top of the tutorials you get access to right away, obviously, right? Now, the thing is that I wanted to explain is why is this the best product we've ever created? It's because of the fact that it's simple to use, it's advanced at the same time, you have flexibility, and you can play around with different options. So you see these flows here, you can add things, you can move things around, you can add things here. You see this, add a block above or below, you can add questions, you can customize things how you want it. Okay, you can create the flows how you want it and stuff like that. Go back and add conversations, add pictures, for whatever, different flows. You have the flexibility as well. You can pre-do it, make it easy, where you can just start and end this here, like, okay, I'm right here, and then go conversation with the AI smart chat bot, right? Automatically she's speaking and all that with intelligence. You can end there, but you want to add some customizations, triggers, buttons, URLs, and stuff like that, you can do that too. Does that make sense? They have the flexibility as well, which is super powerful. And little toggles, right? Like say, for example, let's go here next. So little toggles like this, for example, where, let me go here. Yeah, you can do it simple, like powered by, you disable it, it automatically retroactively goes out. You can do it where, for example, you can add like little bit of descriptions, URLs and stuff. You can change things over. And effectively, when you add things over, additional data to it, like say, for example, I want to add more, like add a URL with more information or whatever here in this section here, automatically it's going to re-update with that new information as well. So that means you have the ability to do that retroactively, and it's going to update over to all pages effectively, right? So that's also another really, really cool feature, right, that you can start using. Now, the other thing that I want to mention is things like this, right? Color styles, right? Like if you see our HumanBot color theme is blue and white and gray, right? So you can match it. So you could use the color theme like this. You see, you can change things over to match your color theme of that website. You can do custom colors. It's a small thing. I know it's not a big deal, but that's an extra thing that takes us a long time to integrate, right? To make that whole thing. And you can put like photos, you can put your logo in here, because we thought through all this stuff. And alternatively, you can even go through this render option here, right? And you can render out a green screen version of it to edit it into the future. So you can have a really nice spokesperson with hand movements and all that. There's a green screen option to be used into any video editor or any application out there as well. So that is another, people are requesting that feature. We put that in as well here so that you can basically get the best results possible with it, right? Now the other question that I have which must make it really, really smart here, is that a lot of people, right, know that we're in the cutting edge of this AI game, right? A lot of people don't know this, but I was the very first people talking about AI, right? In 2018, we released the first ever AI, if you will, chatbot, right? It was focused on triggered-based responses. People were like, what the heck is a chatbot at that point, right? And we revolutionized that in 2018. And it took us 5 years to get it to this level here now in 2023 with HumanBot and beyond, is because of this one fact, is that AI has to actually have a use case, okay? If you can just, a lot of applications out there, right? I mean, you know it for a fact that all they are basically what we like to call a wrapper around ChatGPT, right? So what that means effectively is all they do is what ChatGPT already does. They kind of customize it slightly a little bit to make it generate text differently, make it generate copy differently, right? That's all it is. Nothing much there. This goes beyond chat and actually performs tasks for you, right? Intelligently finds things. You can actually feed it more information so it becomes smarter with time. You can actually customize it for you in different ways, right? And the beauty here is that because of this customization that's available here, it actually moves the needle for your business. This is the big problem people don't understand. It's very easy to say, I bought this application, which is an AI tool, but did any of those AI tools make you money? Did they generate you leads? Did they actually move the needle for your business? If the answer is no, then they didn't do their job. Why? It's because of the future, right? Where is the future headed? The future is headed in AI assistant, a personal assistant, right? Like if you go in and you checked it out in the past, right? Like if you look at the future where it's headed, what is going to happen? You're going to have you're going to say, hey, hey, HumanBot, generate me leads, right? You can ask your phone. So you're like, oh, for what business? Oh, for my client and this campaign, and it's for this business. Well, that is about 5 years away. We got it something to work today. So we are 5 years ahead of time, right? Now, what does that mean exactly for you in your use case? That basically means that you will be in the cutting edge of the future. Nobody else will be able to replicate. Again, this is the reason why I'm bringing this up. You will understand this. You will see it in real life, right? People will only be able to do what ChatGPT can do at this point in time in their applications, even very, very expensive applications out there, recurring subscriptions and all that, right? We went beyond that because we have 5 years head start. We built the first chatbot in 2018. Okay, 5 years have gone, and we are the pioneers of that space. So we've thought through 5 years ahead of time, right? So for somebody to do all this stuff, they'll have to wait until OpenAI or ChatGPT introduces some features, and then they can integrate it into their application. We thought through way ahead of time, which gives you an edge over your competition. It's giving you an edge. When somebody sees it in your website, they're going to be blown away, because the ability to not only understand your question and speak that question with lip sync and understand context of that question, meaning it's for that business, it's for that purpose and all that. Nothing like this is out there, and nobody will be able to create anything like this because we were the first ones with an AI, right, chatbot in the 2018. We had 5 years head start. We've been thinking about this idea for the last 5 years now. People right now, what happens in this industry, right? Like, unfortunately, people think, oh, Paul did this or HumanBot does this, let me copy it. Well, they don't have a 5 year head start, right? So what's going to happen is by the time they try to copy it, you're already 5 years ahead of them, right? And this is the reason why you're not getting the results that you're getting and you deserve to get, because these junk applications, which are like $40, $50, whatever, with a bunch of upsells, downsells, and all that, what happens? You get it, right? You're going to go through all these bunch of upsells. You thought you got it for cheap, but the real cost, what is the real cost? You got to go through a bunch of upsells. What is the real cost? After 3, 4, 5 months, it's going to stop working. What is the real cost? As you try to scale up your business, they're going to ban you saying you're using too much, right? Or even worse, after a year, they disappear. Like, you don't even know what happened, who was behind it, what happened, right? That's the real cost. The cost is not that $199 you're putting in today. Like if you go back here, the cost is not this $199 you're putting in into HumanBot today. The real cost, right? The real cost is actually you going to have to go to and waste your time into this whole funnel with other applications out there, and the fear that they might be gone at any time. And that happened, and that happens all the time. And in fact, you'll see people say version 2.0 is here, pay extra money. Version 3.0 is here, pay extra money. In fact, you'll even see people say, oh, you know, you bought this, you're now worthy enough to be our customer. Go buy all this stuff and then get a premium support or whatever, right? That's the real cost. The cost is not the $109 or the $77 you're putting in today. The real cost is the waste of time, the confusion, the shiny object syndrome, the information overload, the overwhelm that you go through with the confusion that all these things cost you, right? And I want you to understand that, because I try to stress this enough and sometimes people don't really understand it. The cost is not the $109 you're putting in for lifetime access, unlimited account and all that. The real deal here is the confusion that I'm saving you. It is the information overload that I'm actually avoiding for you. The integrations we have with other applications where, you know, for example, any application you've ever purchased from us, right? We are doing it in such a way where they don't do the same thing. So then you don't have to buy it again and again. Similarly, if you are a HumanPal customer and a HumanBot customer, right? As I said, we are actually having the ecosystem with the connect, which are HumanPal being the video creation tool, HumanBot being the AI chatbot and AI human companion tool, right? Does tasks, this one does video. How do we combine both of them and how do we interact with both of them? Well, it's very simple, right? What we did is basically here as a customer of both products, when you buy both of them, right? We are basically making sure that they are working hand in hand, hand in glove, because we had with the same team. Otherwise, what happens is, if you will, you'll buy from somebody, they'll launch something else another few months later, another one. You don't even remember what you purchased and you forget about it, right? In the last 3 years, we only created 3 technologies, just so you understand. And then in those 3, right, we invested millions of dollars. I'm not even talking hundreds of thousands, millions, right? And because of the fact that we invested so much money, we have that long-term commitment in mind where we can keep growing things long-term, right? And that is the real cost. That is the real thing that you're paying here, right? You're paying not just for the technology, not just for the customer support, which is the best thing ever. You're not paying the future proofing, which means that you're proofing this to work even many years down the line. You're not only paying that, but you're actually paying for the reputation that I bring to the table, the industry experience of over 10 years that I bring to the table, and also what you're really paying here, in my opinion, very simply speaking, and you probably already know this already, is the fact that the confusion I'm avoiding you here. When you log into the application, there's no need for you to think about, oh, there'll be a hidden cost somewhere. They're going to upsell me on something. Or like if I join in even this training session, right, they're going to sell me something. You know, the saddest thing of this, and because of the way the industry is going into, and I want to avoid this, is that we actually provide, right, to our customers who come in, right? We just text you and we say, okay, you know, would you want to just get us to an overview call? Any questions you have on this? And a lot of people don't even show up because they're afraid they're going to get sold something on that training session or that, basically that implementation assistance that we provide or whatever. People don't even show up. And that's the saddest thing. The reason why is if they showed up, they'll actually get benefit here, right? The problem is people don't show up because people have been jaded with somebody pitching them, selling them with a bunch of upsells, downsells, and all this stuff again and again and again, that they don't even know what's beneficial to them, even if it's given to them in a silver wrapper or a diamond wrapper, right? And that's what I want to avoid. That's the real cost, okay? It's not about, oh, the technology or all that. That's great. Okay, fine. But that's the main thing, right? If you value your time, if you value wasting weeks and months of effort and time trying to basically find the diamond in the rough, so to speak, find out the person who has your back, find out the best support, find out the best assistance, find out the best training, and find out the fact that, you know, this person is not going to be gone after a year. This technology is not going to be gone after 6 months, right? And more important than that, any of that stuff, finding out the fact that it's going to save you headaches and, all this other mumbo jumbo stuff where you're, for a fact that it's a great tool, technology, but is it basically something where you get it and then there's no training beyond that on implementation assistance and stuff? You bought something and you're not sure you're going to be charged a recurring subscription down the line later on, or you're going to get a hidden fees later on. You got to pay this extra and all that, right? My point is that is worth tens of thousands of dollars to the right person who understands that, right? Because if you wasted 2 to 3 months trying to get all the cheap solutions, at the end of the day, you come back to this, 3 months is worth a lot more than the $199, so that's $77 you're putting in today, right? You get my point. It's very simple. It's just no complication there. That's why go to humanbot.io/yes and you get in. All right. So what I'm gonna do right now, because people always kept, I'll announce one winner right now. Then what I'm gonna do is afterwards, right? After this becomes a video format, because we're closing down today, right? I'll check the comment section, because some people, in that short window cannot show up live. Any comments that you post here, anything that you purchased, you got in, you have any questions on this, because we're closing tonight, right? I will be picking 2 more winners, okay? And I will be awarding, right, $100 to those 2 winners as well. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 1 winner to award. Either you can pick $100 in cash or swag worth close to $100, right? I'll ship it for you for free. And then afterwards, right, in the comment section in our Facebook group, we're live on our Facebook group. We're live in our different pages here. We're also live on YouTube right now. I'll check all the questions there, even after we finish this, right, in the comment section, and I'll pick 2 more people, and then I'll announce it in our Facebook group live, okay? Now, how am I going to announce it? Well, you're going to see, if you're in our Facebook group, let me pull that up right now so that you can see my Facebook group right now. And if most of you are already part of it, I believe, right? So if you're in our Facebook group, and anytime, like I'll check it, like you see this, I'm going live right now. You see this comment section right here in a live stream that we're running right now. So it's taking up a little bit. This is me talking, right? So anybody who posts here, right, will get their questions. I'll check their questions, and then we'll announce 2 more winners after this. Okay, that way you can get. So I see Deborah was asking, how does it generate leads for my business? So she came in late because I talked about how it can generate leads later. So what happens is she's going to miss out. So what I'm going to do is, because we're closing down today, it becomes a video in our Facebook group and also on YouTube, right? So you can rewind back and watch it before we close down today, right? So that way you can actually get in before it's too late. And then also I'll announce 2 more winners. So it's fair for those who couldn't join in that short window, or they came in and they had technical issues or whatever. So I'll announce 2 more. So let's announce that 1 winner right now. So I can basically announce that winner in, and then we can basically, this is basically $100 winner, and then I'll have 2 more winners that we're going to be giving away. Okay, so my team is just sending that over to me here, and this is a $100 winner, by the way. So congrats to, here you go, our $100 winner. It is, congrats to, it is Claire Koch. Okay, Claire, you are a $100 winner. Congrats to you. My team will be getting in touch with you folks. And of course, make sure you post in our group. So because I'm announcing winners. So if you go in and you type in congrats, right, you'll see it. And I'm going to be announcing more winners. So Raymond won free swag. Just to hear Gaston won stuff. I paid away for Jose here. I gave to Teresa Ivers here. James Regan here. So I'm literally announcing multiple winners every single day, right? And my team is here in the group, and for example, that this group is there for your benefit at the end of the day, right? So congrats to Claire here, our winner. And for folks, if you haven't already gotten in, so again, that's the link in the screen. So let me bring that up. Go here right now. We're going to close down tonight. This is your last chance. Again, I'm giving you enough notice here in the next few hours, or it might be too late if you watch it later. If you're watching this in video format, please do me a favor. Get in right now. You have 30 days, no question, money back guarantee. For any reason, no reason at all, you decide this is not for you, you get every single penny back, and I'll let you keep my training and stuff that I did for free anyway, which could be even more beneficial for you in your business, right? The bonuses and stuff like that you can keep for free anyways, right? And for example, the bonus that I've given, one of them I didn't mention here even, right? Which is an unlimited speech to text transcription app, right? For video, audio transcriptions and stuff like that. Let's say you created any video. You want to do documentation creation of it, like any YouTube video you ever shot, your clients ever shot, any audio MP3 file in your audio recording. Now you can use this application, unlimited amount of them. You can actually use it to transcribe that and create a document of it, and then put it into HumanBot. Down the line, right, one of our features that we want to add is to do this integration directly into HumanBot, but you're going to get the beta access to this right away. So you can start using it. It works on Mac and PC desktops. So that means you can put unlimited amount of length. You can put a 1 hour, 2 hours audio file or whatever, up to you. I've done this. You can keep this bonus as well, this exclusive bonus as well, which I'm going to be removing once we close down, even if you decide to leave and get every single penny back with HumanBot. bot. Is that fair? That's what I'm trying to say. You don't leave empty-handed here at the very least, okay? So that said, okay, again, coming back, this is the link, okay? Here, humanbot.io/yes. If you have any support questions, email us at support@humanbot.io. We'll be happy to check any issues you have. And again, we're closing down in a few hours. When that countdown timer says it's over, you're too late, okay? I'm warning you, don't miss out on this. This is the best product we've ever built. And if you bought our products in the past, you know we're going to support it long-term. And of course, we have your back. The training and the assistance and the support and giving you the guidance to get you to the next level is worth its weight in gold here, right? For the right people who understand it. And I'm sure you are smart enough to know that, right? Obviously. So go there right now and get in. And again, as I said, what I'm going to do is after this becomes a video in the next few hours, I'm going to announce 2 more $100 winners from the chat box. So make sure you post in the comment section. Make sure whether it's in our Facebook group, in our YouTube channel here, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be picking 2 more right in the next few hours, and I'm going to announce those in our Facebook group. So if you haven't already, join our Facebook group, okay? Make sure, because I'm announcing all of them there, and I will get in touch with you. In this case, Claire was one of the winners. I'll get in touch with Claire. I'll email him. My team will get in touch with you to the $100, Claire, okay? So that you can get that assistance that you need, and I can PayPal that $100 over to you as soon as possible, okay? I'm going to give away a lot more prizes down the line. I'm giving away every single day somebody in our Facebook group just for commenting, just for posting there. I want to give away a lot more. I want to give away this swag and t-shirts and stuff I have as well, okay? I hope that is you. It will be one of the lucky winners just for fun and also help each other out. The community is strong and growing together, right? So have a great day tonight. I hope you get in. Don't miss out on this. I'm leaving some time here so you can get it. HumanBot.io/yes. This is your last warning. I'm not going to be doing another live stream. So your warning is it. This is it. Okay. Now or never, right? So again, check this out right now. Again, I'll leave the link as well in the bottom so you can see it, folks. So it's easier. HumanBot.io/yes. Go there right now. Type it in your browser, click on it, whatever it needs to get in. And again, I have your back, and right, I'm super excited to have you all on board. You already have people getting leads, already have people, getting their business to grow using this application. And I want to work with you, show you all those campaigns through live streams and training and workshops, so that no stone is left unturned. We can actually get you to the finish line. All right. So hope that helps, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. All right, and post any comments you have as well along the way. I'll happy to answer them as well later on as well, because I want to make this as interactive and as helpful as possible. Okay, so take care. I'll talk to you soon. I look forward to seeing you on the inside.